Welcome back. We're watching some more DanDaDan, and of course I am a little bit cultured. Not in the ways you're probably thinking, but I do like a nice bit of classical music. Although, if it's given to me in a supernatural sense where the spirits of the deceased are haunting me with sonnets and concertos, yeah, no, I'm not really up for that. But it doesn't seem to really be a choice for Ocarina and the rest, so maybe breaking into school after hours isn't exactly the greatest idea. And actually, speaking from experience a little. Ignore I said that. But for now, sit down, turn your headphones up, and get a drink because we're about to begin. Well, we're on for a music lesson, but good idea. Let's just, back away and pretend this never happened. These guys, she knows them? But as well, I like how it's all monochrome apart from a small splash of colour in the eyes and whatnot. I have trouble reading music, so this might go a little dangerously. Considering he was just complaining about misplaying in the orchestra and exactly on great tunes. And it sets off a chain reaction. Oh, instant death. Good thing you actually pointed out as being a bullet hell. Now I can see it that way. You know, if we had more training that was a rhythmic bullet hell, I'm sure that I'd be better at a few things in my life. To be fair, if I got experience points or notifications of levels up, I'd actually do household chores and such. I expect that this little training regime montage thingy is going to result in some pretty good backing tracks and melodies for it all, considering that we are focusing now on that music rhythm kind of aspect to it all. And if not, I'm going to be very disappointed in the musical greats. I'm going to be able to look at them the same again. Still, considering that they've got so much trouble brewing at back at home with Evil Eye and whatnot, if he can fight back in this aspect, give him a much needed boost. Ah, there's the music. Now the question is, are they going to use some of my most favourite tracks in this? Stuck in what? Was the ground not very stable? I didn't actually look at that. They take... Ulka? Excuse me? Are they really bobblehead things as well? Wow. I don't get what the joke is behind them talking about, poop and dads and whatnot. Maybe there isn't much of a joke to be had. But having Silky back with her acrobatics, that's what I want to see more of in all of this. It went up an octave or two. But considering she hasn't been in the show or been shown off at all, the rest. Right, okay. You just gotta wait for the... Great. For the next line. Am I ever gonna finish my sentence? I think not. Yeah, seeing Silky more, especially in all this dance and whatnot, is something that I've been yearning for. So if she can take all of the ire, all of the attention. True. I do like that everything has been blown or torn off of him apart from just the neck and the hood of his jacket. That's skank. Dance to your own beat and flow. That was the lesson here, wasn't it? Oh no. I feel much the same. My music knowledge is minute. It wasn't until like midway through... Was it midway through high school that I actually even started listening to music. And now he can sense it in the midst of battle and whatnot. We've seen some of those moves before. Oh no. Oh yeah. She said the ground was tough and she was getting stuck. And with all of the explosions, yeah. Oh, that was a nice explosion. If she wasn't enthralled with him already. But yeah, one thing I also really appreciate about this show is the dynamic perspective of a lot of it. Is it going to use that performance as a... Yes, basis of it all. Of course, as we know, rock and metal have very kind of classical origins, so they go hand in hand. Well, that's going to require a hospital visit. Where's the spring? Why is Turbo Granny looking like she did something? I mean, with the conductor down, is the unison going to be slowed at all? Or are we just going into a new song? It's incredibly colourful now. The reins have been removed. Oh god, we're getting into some Madoka Magica-esque background shit. We have moved venues. Apparently the tickets sold out. They needed more seats. Symphony number 9. Oh. Is this now like Shadow of the Colossus? These... Yeah, I'm not going to finish that. Are we just now going to be treated to a lovely little concert instead of running for their lives? Ah. I don't like how they're staring into the future, the past, and the soul simultaneously. Get me out of here. Voice of the masses. Is it gonna... Oh. Good thing they are a little resistant. I'm sure this is a metaphor somehow, I just can't figure that one out. So going from a bullet hole to a zombie horde bullet hell to a zombie horde survival. Interesting. The problem being is that they'll be overwhelmed very quickly. Rush through. Keep moving. Well, start climbing, get a better vantage point. Yeah, that's probably why you shouldn't be stood around for all too long. So close and yet so far. Ah, she's gonna web swing around. Is she going down on stage as well? I was expecting like a slingshot effect. Brother, there's someone on your shoulder. Perfect. Don't take your eyes off of... Yeah. Her life was flashing before her eyes. Honestly, wasn't that amazing? And I've said it before, but I really do love how this show uses colour. Just in mild accents and whatnot. Okay, just it's a packed show. I didn't expect the Attack on Titan-esque camera movements and perspective either. Also, I do love how, because they're so giant, their moves are lumbering and slow. Well, that's just taken out quite a few. And I'm guessing that they are representative of like famous opera singers or something, but I don't know. This is Wilde that's laying on his back. What is this, Homer? That was neat with the hair at the end. This is the animation I like. That kind of, I don't know, loose energy that we get with the rapid movements and the like. Where everything just is a bit kind of, what is those eyelashes? Everything is just a little floppy, I guess. You know, kick things into overdrive. Up the tempo a little. So let's see. I'm kind of hoping that the animation will be alongside into the beats of the music itself. Of course, show your appreciation to the greats. Bow in front of them. He's using his head, really. Going back to school now? No encore, I hope. And with that, a significant lesson was learned. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Is every room in this school holding some sort of weird supernatural beast, such as, you know, a living biology doll or a group of old music greats? I mean, if she wasn't already attached in a weird way, even if it was just for her own benefit before. Ah, yes, the greatest of teachers, really. Eh? God, this angle. But, yeah, it's not something that comes easy. He's going to practice every now and again. Hopefully away from the school, though. Make sure to bring out the best of it so you don't disappoint Grandma. Thoughts given form. What's the time now? Well, a good reason to never go near the piano again. At least close the lid. Oh, getting some good training in. Really hammer home everything that he learned today. So the decision now is, does he let Evil Eye be removed for the safety of everyone else, or hold out for his own reasons wanting to help tomorrow? Huh. They're coming back. Things went so well last time, they ended on such a good note. Are they requesting more pay to come back again? I mean, it is riding that fine line. At what point do you stop with the ideals? This is a declaration of war. Gotta say, that kind of short king determination on him looks kind of good. Don't explain your plan whatsoever. We don't want to give the enemy any ideas. In his afterlife. Does this look like it's a game? Especially when he was just stood on the outside, not being able to do anything about it. I do like how Grandma is quiet amongst all of this, keeping her expression and emotions completely out of the equation. I mean, if he's going to hold on to that will, then I like that. It's a lot more than just Mumma that he's trying to save here and whatnot. Yeah, there's no need, but there's also plenty of reason. I mean, if it's going to be done tomorrow, then why not try and sort it out tonight? Does Turbo Granny need to hold on to him? A good splash and away he goes. How many clothes is he going to go through? Good thing he's got those extra stretchy pants. I think with the use of grayscaling everything, it makes the color and lighting stand out even more, make things a bit more readable, but also, would it help on budgeting with the animation team? Does color cost extra? I mean, it's digital, so maybe it shouldn't, but toning and shadow-wise definitely works better when it's monochrome. But still, when are we going to see him? Anyway. I've forgotten what I was about to say. Having this come to a head, having a little training regime mean that Okarun is now facing Evil Eye in a man-to-man, one-on-one combat. Are they going to reach some grand understanding? Never get in the way of a young boy and his determination. I kind of like that the Shrine Priest guy is that hard wall, the stick up his ass kind of, we're going to exercise him, stop all sorts of injuries and possible deaths, just get rid of him. What's the point keeping Evil Eye around? For good feels, like, oh, what, you're going to reform the spirit? Yes. In case you haven't realised, we have Turbo Granny and the Silky here. Both of which are now somewhat on side, even though Silky isn't exactly the spirit anymore. But what's to say that Evil Eye can't also be a little reformed? After all, it's just a unhappy child wanting to have a bit of a good dance and some friends along the way. Just a little jaded throughout the times of being alone. I'm expecting, though, with 4 episodes left, something like that, we are going to get some bloody good animation, especially with a straight up battle. Evil Eye versus Okudun going fist to foot, or maybe even forehead. The fact that in just one evening he's gained the idea of what it means to fight to his own beat. Sure, go ahead right now so you don't lose that lesson, so, put it to the test, ingrain it deep. Plus, with so many kind of witnesses around, there's plenty of help should anything take a turn for the worst. And if all else fails, get some hot water, pour it over him, and we're back to square one. If you can't find any, piss on him. Sure, that would work. Actually, that shouldn't it? If it's just temperature. Oh, how did you get rid of Evil Eye? Don't ask. Don't ask. And although music isn't exactly my strong point, it is a failing of mine, because I don't know many, if any, terminologies that would have been quite prudent and useful during this episode. I still really enjoyed the aspect of it all, like the fact that DanDaDan can put in these moments and, what can we do? Let's make ancient composers and whatnot come to life in spirit form and attack you in a near automata bullet hell. I love it. And then more. Not sure why he had the theatre-going masses come out in just a black glob. But the opera singers was a nice touch. Really, after all of this, one thing I can say is that Okudun growing at each step, a little bit for himself, getting a bit more confidence, now wanting to protect those around him, getting the skills to do so, and constantly building the foundations of himself to become something more than the sum of his parts later on. I wish well for the boy. Even if he does just go back to high school and still just tuck his head in his books. After all, it's more interesting than classmates around him. But if I have entertained you throughout any part of this process, let me know. If you want to make sure not to miss out future videos, consider subscribing to the channel, or jump onto my Discord where notifications every time a video gets releases. Or you can also check out any polls and votes for when new shows need to go up. But at the very least, if I missed anything, which I most certainly did, if you want to add your own little input, let me know down in the comment section below. And remember to leave a like on the video if I've earned it. But for now, try and get yourselves long-earned rest. And I'll see you for the next one. At least no one fell on the pointy conductor stick this episode.